It's doing good. So today is the 13th of August 2024, and I just want to quickly go through the inventory plan, how the inventory is getting built in ES, and what are the couple of auction paths which I'm looking at. So first of all, the value. So what I mean by value is the value area high and value area low. The value is sort of developing higher, so the value is shifting higher, so that is a good sign from the buyers. And the last area where some responsive buying was seen was around the 50 to 20 levels, right? So value is developing higher, and the sellers are basically not coming in with pretty aggressive selling, right? So why isn't the sellers active? And the reason is the sellers where they will be active is once the gap will be filled, and above the gap, so above the 54-34 range is where there are trapped buyers. And again, the reason why selling sellers are not active is because there is lack of fresh supply, right? So there is no new sellers trying to step in, and all the buying which we are seeing is from the trap shorts. So there were trap shorts below the 5305 level. This is where the excess was formed, and those who shorted below 5305 are the ones who are buying in the current auction, which is developing higher, right? Now we have reached an area of 5400. So what is above 5400 is we have sort of an access high, right? So this is a market profile anomaly, or not an anomaly, but a concept. And this is where I am looking for fresh supply to step in, right? Now what will be, so what is the auction path that I'm looking for, and what are the areas that I'm observing the auction, right? So first of all, let me just clear all these drawings so that way the charts are pretty clean. So currently the overnight auction is pretty flat, and for me the value area high, the value area low. So current overnight auction is pretty flat. It is just chopping in this range, in previous days range, and it is developing above the close. But yeah, it is just chopping around the close, right? So what am I looking for is what happens once the price breaks above 5383, and I'm looking for first the sellers around the previous day high or Monday's high, looking for continuation, and this is where I'm looking for sellers to step in and then take the auction lower, because there are a lot of stops getting built. So there are stops till 5300 and a major stop till 5260, right? So do I see continuation? So do I see continuation to the upside, or do I see do I see a continuation to the downside, right? Now when I will be observing this is once the previous day high, this particular price point or this particular level is taken out, because for me that is where I'll be observing the levels, right? Another way where I'm observing the inventory is, so I'm using a volume profile on a high-low chart. So this is the high-low candle on a 30-minute time frame, and what I'm seeing is the auction has entered the value area low, and this is the overall area where there is gonna be sellers stepping in, right? So we have just dipped above, and we are just developing above the 53 56 level, and 5383 is where the sellers are coming in. So we are just in a very tight range, and below 53 56 is where sort of responsive buying was also seen. So pretty challenging and interesting day, from the trading perspective, but from learning perspective, 53 56 for me is the line in sand, that I'm observing. Okay, so yeah, so let's see. But currently, I'm not seeing any trades. The auction is just moving sideways. And also, if I look from the order flow chart, so this is a volume footprint, and here clearly I can see the positions of where the sellers are present. So There are sellers pretty active in this range. So from 5400 to 5433, this is where I'm seeing a nice volume print, and where the selling shut off is, this particular range from 5275 to 5300, right? So this is a volume footprint on a 1 day, and this is the same volume footprint on a 30-minute chart. And currently, again, sellers are active above the 5376 level, and I am seeing supply is just shutting off, and also we have a good print here. So below 5368 is well. So we are just in a very tight range, right? So let's see, we are still in a pretty choppy auction. So I am not looking to take or do any initiative trades. Yeah. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.